Has Praggnanandhaa qualified for Candidates 2026? That is the question everyone has on their minds. The answer to this is practically yes. Theoretically, no. Because look at the way how the FIDE circuit has been planned. You're reaching the end of 2025 and there are only two spots remaining. One is through the ratings, the other is through the FIDE circuit of 2025. Now, there were two events that were happening side by side. One was the London Chess Classic Open, the other was London Chess Classic, the closed one, the elite field. And Praggnanandhaa and Nadirbek Abdusattorov managed to win those two events. Now, after Praggnanandhaa won, he was in a three-way race for the lead. Three winners were declared because they all finished level with points, and since there was no tiebreaker system, Praggnanandhaa won with two other individuals. What is the current situation now? In the FIDE circuit leaderboard, Praggnanandhaa was with 107 prior to the tournament. Now he's gotten 115.17. Technically, with such a huge gap, it should be impossible to catch him, right? I'll tell you why. Because forget Anish Giri. Anish Giri has qualified for the candidates through the Grand Swiss. He won Grand Swiss. Fabiano Caruana has already qualified for the candidates by winning FIDE Circuit 2024. He was in fact the first one to seal his spot. Matthias Blubom has qualified as being the runner-up of Grand Swiss. Javokir Sindarov has qualified by winning the World Cup. Vincent Kamer and Wesley So are not going to participate in that many tournaments. They're busy in a Grand Chess Tour final in Cape Town. So they are not going to participate in many tournaments. So these two are out of the equation. Remarkably, the only individual who can catch Praggnanandhaa at this point in time is Nadirbek Abdusattorov. Now remember, after he won London Chess Classic, Nadirbek Abdusattorov now, according to the calculation that ChessBase did in one of the videos that they had, Nadirbek should get 19.6 points. So, from 51.9, he will jump to 71.59. So that is why 71.59 and 115.17. That is the gap between Praggnanandhaa and Nadirbek Abdusattorov. Now, there are only two events remaining which will qualify for the FIDE circuit points. That is happening in Doha from December 25 to December 31. World Rapid Championship and World Blitz Championship. If you win the World Rapid title, you get 25 points. If you win the World Blitz title, it is 19. The points are if you finish in first position. So, what is the equation now? Why has Praggnanandhaa officially not qualified for the Candidates 2026? It is because after London, Pragg and Abdusattorov, the gap is now 43.58. And the points available in the FIDE circuit so far now is 44. Just about 0.42 is the gap. Now, what does Praggnanandhaa need to do? Barring a catastrophe wherein he secures absolutely no points from the World Rapid and World Blitz Championship, and if Nadirbek Abdusattorov wins both World Rapid and World Blitz, then and only then Praggnanandhaa is denied. He has to win everything now, Nadirbek Abdusattorov, which is why technically, practically, Pragg has qualified. Mathematically, he hasn't qualified. It is possible, but then you know the format of the World Rapid and World Blitz. It is incredibly hard to win both, unless you are a Magnus Carlsen. So that is why it is going to be very difficult for Nadirbek Abdusattorov to qualify through the World Rapid and World Blitz titles. So that is why it is very, very important that Pragg doesn't have a disaster in both the tournaments. So, 6 slots are already confirmed. 2 are remaining, ratings and FIDE Circuit 2025. Most likely, Hikaru Nakamura will qualify because Carlsen hasn't played that much amount of games. You have to play 40 plus games to qualify for the World Championship cycle in the candidates. Because Carlsen is the #1 player. If he has to play 24 games in the space of 25 days, it's close to impossible. So that is why He's managed to ensure Nakamura will qualify and Pragg most likely will qualify as the winner of the FIDE Circuit 2025. Because remember, we have only one Indian this time, technically. Chances of an all-Indian world championship is all but done. You can't be having that unless you had 2-3 more people. So that is why Pragg, 44-point gap, technically it should be possible, but you never know. Mathematically, Pragg has to be careful in the World Rapid and Blitz Championships. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.